guys, it's me, Jade Sims. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. For today's episode 3 of the Halloween season, I'm creating a fairy, which I've been dying to do this for so long. Long before the Halloween season even started, I wanted to make a fairy creative sim. But here we are. You're finally fulfilling my dreams. I think we're subconsciously connected because I wanted to make this creative sim and you guys delivered. And maybe next week the same thing will happen. Maybe I'll subconsciously plant a message in your heads to vote for what I want. I'm joking. I will listen to whatever you guys want. And if there's anything that you want that I didn't put in the voting poll, you can just put it in the comments here and I might add it if it's popular enough though. It's kind of surprising how in the first video I talked about the creative sims I wanted to do for the Halloween season. I remember talking about how I wanted to do an elf creative sim, a siren creative sim, that kind of thing. But now I wanted to do something a little bit more unconventional, and that's why I'm kind of more keen to creating a troll family. I think the idea sounds so cute, and I've been on Pinterest just looking for ideas for this creative sim and the previous ones. As you know, Pinterest is my best friend for inspiration. I saw some art of a troll family and oh my god, it is so cute. That's why I want to do that next week. But also next week I'm releasing a creative sim for the Libras. If you don't know, I have a zodiac creative sim series as well on my channel, and usually I upload that the first week of every month to correspond with the zodiac sign of the month. So I don't know how that will work because I know October is like the best month to be uploading spooky content. So maybe I'll do a double upload, I don't know, depending how much work I have for university. I don't know, but maybe if I feel like training you guys, I might do so. But I want to talk about my love of fairies because, like I said, I love the cult. In all my videos I keep saying that. My love for fairies, it started with Barbie Fairytopia. I don't know if many of you know what that is, or the Barbie movies in general, but Barbie's had a movie franchise and she would essentially become different fairy tales. So I know there was a Swan Lake one, there was a Princess and the Pauper, there was Fairytopia, and a Mermaidio. And if you guys watch that, you would know Bibble. That is my favorite character from that movie series. That's just a little tidbit about me. But for this creative sim, I didn't take that much inspiration from that series. It fueled my love for it. But for inspiration, like I said, I hit Pinterest up. Like I was going through Pinterest for days just to get inspiration, and I'll put the inspiration picture here. For all my sims, you might notice that I don't necessarily go for the cutesy vibe. I make them all look very strikingly beautiful, and I wanted to make it look like this fairy was just, if you saw them stumbling around in the forest, you'll be like, oh my god, that is the most beautiful person I've ever seen in my life. But they're a fairy, you know, so of course they're gonna be gorgeous. That's what I think of all of the cults. Vampires, alien, they have like an otherworldly kind of aura to them that makes them look extraordinarily more beautiful than humans who have imperfections. So that's why all of my sims look very gorgeous. Not because it's aesthetically pleasing to my eye, although everything I make has to be aesthetically pleasing, but also because of that factor. So they should be ethereal, and they shouldn't look like a normal person I would stumble around. So I made her features, I would say, unachievable for a regular person. So her eyes, they have this very light green color. I don't know if I went for blue or green, but they're very light. You'll see the progression of her, and I noticed her face at the beginning was very cutesy, and I did purposely make her face rounder and shorter because I wanted her to look a little bit, I don't want to say innocent, but less carved, because I think they have more of a playful quality to them, but they're still otherworldly and gorgeous, like I keep emphasizing. So the inspiration picture I used had pink hair, and I'm making this sim a nature fairy. So my color palette for this sim was blue, green, and pink. Less of the blue, maybe like blue accents. It's mainly pink and green, and that's my favorite color combination as well. That's the color combination I have in my room actually, but I do love the pink hair, and you'll see later the green outfits. So let's just delve into some of the fairy qualities that I researched. I know some people call fairies fays, and that's what I originally put in the first poll, but I think people were unaware of that, so I changed it in the second poll to fairies, but that's just semantics. I think they're the same thing technically. I just think it depends on where the lore is from, because I think fairies were a Celtic or Celtic origination or original mythology. So I know there's different types of fairies and different mythologies, but for my inspiration, it was the Irish Celtic mythology. But here's some of the traits for that mythology. So They're supposed to be tricksters, and what I've gathered is that they're kind of vain, so they like shiny things, they love beautiful things. They're just like me, honestly. They hate iron. I don't know where that came from. And according to what I read, there's two types of fairies. There's a good fairy and a bad fairy, an evil fairy. That's the opposite of good. That would make more sense. So they're called Seelie and Unseelie, which corresponds to good and evil. And I think that's the fairy courts that they correspond to. This fairy, she's supposed to be of the Seelie sort, although she is, I tried to make her look a little mischievous. Has anyone else mispronounced mischievous before? Because I used to pronounce it mischievous. I don't know why I added the extra syllable. That's what it's called. But for some reason I did. So please let me know I'm not the only one. But moving on, they're different from pixies, which I thought they were the same. But this is also a good thing because I also want to make a pixie criticism. I don't know if you guys saw, but I was interchanging between this hair that I put on her and a kind of side swoop bang with like pigtails. And I thought that was perfect. But I was like, it kind of gives more pixies, because pixies, you think like the short side swept hair. So that's why I went for something different here. Otherwise, I would have gone for that because it was so perfect in my opinion. Some interesting facts. According to Celtic mythology, fairies stole babies and abducted the elderly folk in the villages that they resided in. I don't know why that is. Apparently, fairies are very evil, or that's their nature at least. It's kind of confusing because I keep getting mixed signals. Like, I don't know whether they're good. Actually, I think they're more mischievous in nature, but they're generally good. It's just they like to play pranks and they're pranksters. But I think the difference between pixies and fairies is that pixies are more good-natured than fairies, and then pixies are just more playful. I think that's what the difference is. Please correct me. I'm not too knowledgeable on this. I just like making pretty sims. So the lore added to my criticism, it wasn't the sole basis of it. So it's definitely not accurate. My depiction is not at all what I would think a fairy would look like to the original Celtic mythology, but it is hopefully reminiscent. I don't know. Probably not though. Also, when I think of fairies, I think of Tinkerbell. I didn't have too much of an obsession with her, but I rewatched the first and second movie. I love that movie. I don't know why, but for some reason I had more of an inclination to watching child-friendly movies, and I'm enjoying it. I'm watching cartoons now solely. That's my sole form of enjoyment. That and YouTube, and I'm fine with it. I'm perfectly content. That's why I stray far away from like Black Mirror and American Horror Story, that kind of thing, because they have very real themes, and I just don't like that. Because I remember watching this one Black Mirror episode, and boy, that scarred me. Also, this one movie I watched, I'm not too much of a horror fan, but for some reason I was curious about this one movie. It's called Mother. That movie scarred me. I watched it on a road trip, and that was the only movie I downloaded, so I had no choice but to watch it, and unfortunately I was scarred for life. If you don't like gore or horror movies, or like if you feel very uneasy or if you're very anxious naturally, don't watch that, because I am very anxious naturally. I'm not gonna say I have anxiety, the disorder, but I am very much an anxious person naturally, and watching that made my heart beat like 50 times faster. My head was spinning by the end of it, and I'm not even exaggerating. So if that kind of thing does have an effect on you, just don't watch it. And I can't stress this enough. Going back to Barbies though. Maybe after this whole season is done, I think I'm going to focus on more video essays. And I think the first one I want to do is the best Barbie movies. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to brush up on my Barbie movies and watch all of them. So you guys can put your opinion on what the best Barbie cartoon movie is, if you are acquainted with the cinematic universe. And I will weigh in after the season is over and after we progress to normal videos. So yeah, because I think I'm a connoisseur of that kind of thing, and I think I have a popular opinion as of right now. I'll just share it with you guys. My favorite Barbie movie right now is Barbie Mermaidia, and maybe it'll change after rewatching, because I didn't watch all of the Barbie movies. Maybe it'll change after rewatching. Anyway, you might have noticed that this video is really short in comparison to my other videos. I did end up cutting a lot, so if you see a bit of jumps from one appearance to the next, I'm sorry about that, but it had to be done because I felt like I was uploading too many videos that were over 20 minutes. So I'm keeping it short this time, and yeah. But thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for staying up to date with this season. Check out all my social media. I have TikTok, I have Instagram, I have Twitter, I have Tumblr if you want to see my CC links and the CC finds. I have both Tumblrs for that. So you can stay updated with me and all my content in the future. Do all those fun YouTube things. Subscribe if you want to. Thank you guys for 600 subscribers. I usually bother my viewers at the beginning of the video with thanks. So I'll just thank you guys, the real ones who are listening right now, for reaching 600 subscribers. You guys really mean the most. And just please, I haven't got any ideas yet, but give me ideas for what I should do to celebrate. Honestly, the first person that comments what to do to celebrate, I will listen to, because I haven't gotten any ideas. Anyway, this has gone on way too long. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.